Hey guys, and welcome back to Cruising with Matthew. So today I'm going to talk about my first ever river cruise experience as I sailed from Cologne to Amsterdam on board A-ROSA Cruises A-ROSA Flora prior to the 2019 Clear River Cruise Conference in Amsterdam. Now, I'd never been on a river cruise before, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was really impressed. So I hope that this video will give you a flavour of what A-ROSA as well as river cruising in general has to offer, and I hope that you enjoy this. I think one of the main features of river cruising is the fact that you are able to dock right in the centre of most cities. This is purely due to the fact that rivers used to be the main means of transportation between cities prior to the development of infrastructure such as flying and rail. And as a result of this, if you dock in a city, you can step off and you're right in the middle of everything, which is a huge plus. It also means that you might be able to go out on a tour and then come back to the ship for lunch or dinner and then explore a little bit more and not have to worry about lengthy transfers from a distant port. I would also say that it's important to be aware of the fact that these ships all have to go under the same bridges and navigate the same river. And as a result of this, their outward design, in my opinion, does look quite familiar from ship to ship, which is quite different to ocean cruise ships. The ships are also considerably smaller when you consider the fact that A-ROSA Flora tends to be able to hold around 180 people. This is a huge reduction in the ships that I used to go on, such as on P&O Zero or Britannia, which could hold around 3,000 or 4,000 people respectively. As a result of this, it means that the facilities are much smaller and can be considered a bit more limited than an ocean cruise ship. This is not to say that these facilities are boring or you aren't well catered for on a river cruise ship. It's just something to be aware of because you're not going to be able to have things such as 5 restaurants, a Broadway style theatre and things like that on a river cruise ship because the river cruise ship wouldn't be able to fit under most bridges if that was the case. However, the facilities that you get on river cruise ships are really well appointed in my opinion, and this was certainly the case for A-ROSA Flora. In terms of facilities, I really enjoyed the lounge at the very front of the ship. Now this utilised a lot of glass, which meant that you could sit down, have a drink and watch the world go by. They also had some really good entertainment as well. And as I mentioned earlier, this isn't a Broadway style show, but instead it tends to be more intimate performances of a jazz band or a solo singer with a guitar. And I really enjoy this style of music because it's a bit more relaxed and it gives you a chance to be able to talk to your fellow companions. And the service as well was fantastic, with a good number of waiters for the number of people on this ship. And the cocktails were fantastic. Now, in terms of dining options on board A-ROSA Flora, they operate under an open plan dining buffet experience. So this means that you can turn up to the restaurant anytime between 7 and 9 and sit wherever you want and then go to the buffet to have a wide variety of food. Now, the restaurant itself was really comfortable and had a good number of seats. And I really like the lighting in this area. I found it very relaxing. The benefit of a buffet is that you could try loads of different things. You had, for instance, people cooking steaks right in front of you and they were cooked perfectly. It wasn't like they were dried out or they'd been sat for a while. You had people making apple strudels or waffles and things like that right in front of you. And the quality of the food was fantastic. And a huge variety of cheese. My goodness, I don't think I've ever seen such a large number of cheeses in one place. And we certainly never went hungry. The quality of food at breakfast, lunch and dinner was absolutely top notch, and I really hope that this little video can showcase how nice the food was. They had a variety of gluten-free options as well as things such as vegan foods as well. So I think that for the most part, if you have alternative dietary requirements, then you would be well suited on a river cruise ship. There is the option to have a formal sit-down meal in a smaller section off the side of the restaurant, which offers a la carte style dining experience Moving back from the restaurant, there is a lovely reception area which is manned 24 hours a day, and the staff are really helpful. But I have to admit, my favourite area is the fact that either side of this you get these glass fronted doors, and if you walk up these steps you get to the top deck. Now the top deck has its own pool which is heated, as you can probably see from the steam rising off, as well as a variety of games such as chess and golf. But there's also a really lovely looking alfresco area where you can dine on an evening or during the day. However, it was way too cold for that when we cruised. This would also be perfect for sun loungers during the day in the warmer months. And I can imagine this would be perfect just to be able to sit and watch the world go by during your cruise. I was really impressed with my cabin on board A-ROSA. As far as I'm aware, this was a standard cabin, and this had a really good sized room and bathroom in my opinion, because you had a good double-sized bed as well as a seating area and a desk which featured things such as Kleenex tissues as well as a hairdryer. There is also ample amounts of storage space, including a full-length wardrobe, so if you have things such as dresses, you don't need to worry about them getting crumpled up. It is important to note, however, that there are European sockets, so you will need to bring a number of converters if you want to charge things. A slightly odd thing though was the fact that you can tell that the double beds are essentially two singles put together, which means that they both had single duvets. So if you're sleeping in there on your own, I kind of had to pile one on top of the other. But if you are a couple, this would be brilliant because then you don't need to have a battle about who gets the most duvet. So potentially might be a benefit to you, I'm not sure. In terms of the bathroom, it's pretty standard. You have a toilet, good area to put all your toiletries, a nice sink area, a very large shower, and featured a glass door so you don't have to worry about like the curtain getting in the way. You don't really have a balcony as such, but it opens up and you get beautiful views of the river as you sail through it. There's also a fly screen, so if it's in the summer you don't need to worry about any unwanted insects coming into your cabin. So all in all, I was really impressed with this cabin and I would happily stay there. There is also Spa A-ROSA, and this offers a variety of treatment options and massages, as well as a sauna and also a gym. I really like that they've utilised windows in these areas because it lets in a lot of natural light and you don't get to enjoy these views when you're at home, so I think this is a really good feature. I was really impressed with the concept of a river cruise and A-ROSA Flora herself. I think that although it is a very different way to go on holiday, it is a fantastic experience and I'm really tempted to go on one for longer in the future, and I hope that I get the opportunity to do so. Although the facilities are a bit smaller than your conventional ocean cruise ship, the fact that you have well-appointed facilities as well as a more intimate atmosphere, and you will get to recognise other people on your cruise because it is a smaller ship, I think this will create a really nice atmosphere on board, and the staff really couldn't do enough for you. Thank you so much to A-ROSA Cruises for gifting me this trip for the night that we travelled to Amsterdam, as well as hosting us during the River Cruise Conference. It was a fantastic experience. I really hope this video has done river cruising justice, and I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you have any further questions, please comment below and I'll do my best to answer them, and please like and subscribe because it's always appreciated. If you want to know more about Cruising with Matthew, then please take a look at some of my other social media channels on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, where I post at least once a day. So this is Cruising with Matthew, and thank you so much for watching.